Hey everybody, welcome back to BPJ Game Station. Before we get started, I just want to say thank you to everybody that has liked and subscribed. If you've liked anything on the channel, if a video has helped you, if you've liked the gameplay, please hit that like and subscribe button. I really need to, get YouTube to know that, my channel's good and people keep coming back to it. And, it really helps me out, guys. So just take a few minutes or take a minute and just hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and I will keep getting this awesome content out to y'all. And the channel will just continue to get bigger and bigger. So we are going to be going over my Devastator build today. I am doing the Marshall's Complex. I am doing the hardest part where all the snipers and stuff are, so
Smells
um,
like a sewer.
to save everybody time and just to show a little gameplay and everything, but not take up everybody's time. The main thing is when you first get started to get across here and get some of these abilities going. The Quake and the Impale, they both are going to give you your armor and stuff, so that's why I try to get over here real quick. I also got the gravity leap just to get to these areas where some of these douchebag enemies like to hang out. But so we get over here, and so what I like to do is I like to spam my abilities. I got earthquake and I got impale, so that's what I'm doing mostly, and then I'll switch to moaning winds every 8 seconds to get that ability to go off. But as I said, some of these captains, they like to do these anomalies where they transfer you somewhere else. So we'll just use that gravity leap to get back to where we need to go. And look at that. Ain't that awesome? Just impaling the hell out of all these guys. That's pretty cool. And I never thought I would be playing with the Devastator build. I always thought it was, kind of weak. But hey, it's proved me wrong. So, but still using the Molten Ebola just because I love this gun. It's pretty awesome. So if you haven't obviously tried that out, I've got it on multiple builds that I've made. So it's just a real awesome gun that I've been using here lately. So got rid of the captains. No big deal. Like I said, just knocking those enemies out real quick. And like I said, the hardest part of this level is getting past all these snipers and stuff. But if you play it right, you won't have any trouble. Right, and there's that last guy, and it took me a little longer to put this build out because, for one, I mean, I thought Devastator was a little weak, but it's proven me wrong. And I had to grind for some gloves that I needed, and also an ability on them gloves. So just like y'all guys, I got to grind for it. But I'm gonna go ahead and jump to the end of the video just to save some time, and I'll at that point go over the damage and the build. Alright guys, so we just finished up with the Marshall's Complex. The damage dealt was 245 million, damage blocks 23 million, and then damage taken 1.1 million. Healing, not really interesting. Damage dealt, as always, Moaning Winds done the most damage with 72 million. It's just a great mod. But then second place, Earthquake. Third was the mod Scrap Grenade, and then Impale was the fourth. And then obviously Bleed and some of these other ones do pretty decent damage too. So very good build. 245 million. That's awesome for Devastator. Never thought it was going to be possible, but hey, it's doing pretty good now. As you can see, I have finished up most of the expeditions, including the Wellspring, including Eye of the Storm with this build. And so now to get on to it, the class, we're going the bottom tree. I wanted to make an anomaly build, so anomaly power by 10%. Seismic skills cooldown is reduced by 15. I wanted to go for this because we're using Earthquake and Impale. And then anomaly power by 10%. Increase your resistance piercing by 15%. This goes well with one of our mods, which I'll show you here in a minute. And then increase your anomaly power by 10%. Increase firepower by 15% of your anomaly power. Increases bleed duration by 30%. Reduce seismic skills cooldown by 15, so that's a total of 30% cooldown for seismic skills. Increase your anomaly power by 10%. Increase damage by 20% against enemies below 30% of health. Increases bleed duration by 30%. Increase your anomaly power by 10%. Bleed afflicted on enemies deals 30% more damage. Everything's always going to have bleed on it because we're constantly spamming our earthquake ability. So all those bleed nodes are fantastic. This helps keep us alive. You are healed for 25% of your bleed damage. Increase your skill leech by 6%. Increase your armor bonus by 40% of your anomaly power. And here is the one of the best nodes for this build. This is what keeps us alive. It increases armor by 20% and resistance by 20% for 10 seconds when your skill's in. So, we're constantly spamming Earthquake. We're constantly spamming Impale. And so this is giving us, 20% for our armor and 20% for our resistance each time we do that. So this is an amazing skill that we have. Increase your resistance piercing by 15. Like I said, this gets our resistance piercing up to 30%. And then bleed afflicted on enemies deals 30% more damage. Fantastic. And then finally, increase seismic skills base damage by 50%. All very good, goes with our build very fantastically. Then we're using for our skills, we're using Earthquake. We spam this 3 times in a row. This makes everybody bleed. This makes everybody get interrupted. This is a fantastic skill. Gravity Leap, I left this on there because for one, if the shit's about to hit the fan, you can press Gravity Leap, and it gives you a breather from taking damage from a bunch of enemies like just going crazy on you and kind of getting you stuck in a corner or something like that. Also, this allows you to get around the battlefield if there's some enemies up in the rafter or whatever on a catwalk. You can jump straight up to them and not have to try to find the stairs and all that stuff. So excellent for that as well. But there's nothing that this kind of sets off as far as like damage or anything, but it does do 126k damage and it interrupts enemies. So not a bad skill to put on there. I would leave that. I don't think there's anything else that can really do any better. And then finally we got the Impale. I just love running around the battlefield, impaling everybody, feeling like Vlad the Impaler, so very fun, and I think y'all are really going to like the gameplay with that, so go ahead and try that out. For the weapons, to be honest, you can kind of try anything you want with this. I mean, I tried the Bulwark, I tried the Juggler, I tried Anomaly Effigy. I really don't like pump action shotgun standard variants, but I tried the Voodoo Matchmaker. So all of them pretty much worked pretty well. So you can try whatever you like here, but I went with the Molten Edola. I think this is an awesome gun. It shoots out scrap grenade every round because it's only got 1 bullet and then it's got to reload. So as far as firepower, this is fantastic for this. And then also it's a sniper bullet instead of a shotgun, so you're not constantly running out of bullets because you've got two shotguns or something like that. And then the second gun, I just use this pretty much. I sometimes I get Fortress, but most of the time it's just to get the Moaning Winds ability to go off. So I will run it out of bullets and leave it on empty, switch back to my normal gun, and then every 8 seconds if you switch back to the shotgun, he'll start reloading again. It'll let off that Moaning Wind. So definitely great for getting 617,000 easy damage points. So that's the best way to do that. Now for the armor, you got your Seismic Commander's helmet. You got 3 pieces. For the Seismic Commander, you got the headpiece, chest piece, and the leg piece. I use these because they all 3 have anomaly power on them. And for the most part, they got the best abilities already rolled, so you don't even have to change anything. So for the headpiece, you got Ultimate Impaler, and Impale, the skill can be activated 2 more times before triggering the cooldown. And then the second ability is Blood Shock, inflicts bleed on enemies damaged by the skill. You have to have that. That keeps everybody bleeding. That's where a lot of our damage comes from. So make sure you have the Blood Shock, even if you're not using the headpiece. And then for the second piece, we're using the Seismic Commander's armor, and you got Palisade. The skill can strike 2 additional targets. This comes on this piece. And then I added the extra Quake. The skill can be activated 1 more time before triggering the cooldown. And remember, each time you activate a skill, it's going to give you 20% of armor and 20% of resistance. So that's what's going to keep you alive, and that's why we like having each additional ability to strike, with these different abilities. So and then for the pants piece, I put Tainted Blood. Uh, this already comes on this piece, and it increases the damage dealt to enemies afflicted with bleed by 20%. And then Rivers of Blood. Impale increases the skill damage by 50% to enemies afflicted with bleed. And then for the set bonus, increase damage toward enemies with bleed by 50%. Guys, I know it's hard to get these set pieces. Like I explained in another video, I started a new character. I went all the way through it with, say, like the Devastator. I got up to 35, and then I bought everything from Tiago for these different pieces at level 35 and just worked it up. So I would go to another character, get a bunch of titanium, get level 50 weapons, give it to the weaker character, break it down, get the titanium, and then buy these pieces from Tiago. So that's how I'm getting my pieces. And then for the hand piece, I put Unstoppable Force. Increases your anomaly power by 50% of your resistance piercing. That's where the resistance piercing at 30% came in on the class. So we're getting 15% extra anomaly power. That's the only way I know to stack more anomaly power for this build. Bloody Boost. Boost your damage against enemies afflicted with bleed by 15%. You'll also notice that this is the only piece of the armor that's got max health on it. Close range damage and cooldown reduction, that's also good, but max health is the most important. I found that when you're at 25k health with this build, that's like the magic number, so don't go below that. When I was using just all anomaly power, I was getting knocked off the battlefield. So, just go ahead and leave 1 piece with the max health on it. I would recommend the gloves or the boots. And then finally for the boots, like I said, I got anomaly power on this, long range and close range damage. Second Quake is the first ability for obvious reasons. We can do Earthquake 3 times. And then for the last piece, just, even though we got a bunch of armor being a Devastator, we got the Damage Absorber, and this increases your armor by 47k and resistance by 10%. And I was just going to show, so if I do the Earthquake 3 times, and the I guess that's all I can do out here, but and then look at it. So I got, let's see, resistance at 70%, and that's not even with doing the impel. So that's amazing. And then our armor's at 308. That's all you need. You're not gonna die with this build if you play kind of where you're just constantly spamming abilities and stuff. You're not gonna die. So very awesome. I hope y'all like the build, guys. And like I said, I'm gonna need some more subscribers to just to help the channel grow and stuff. So if you've enjoyed the content so far, if any of these videos that I've put out, if you like them, if they've helped you in your gameplay, please go ahead and just take a minute, like and subscribe. I really appreciate it, guys, and I will keep coming out with this awesome content. If not with Outriders, with some new games to come. So thanks so much, guys. This is BPJ Game Station, where we game to please, and I will see you in the next episode.